It's been 11 long years since we received another Bleach game. No, I don't say none of that, BS mobile variations of Bleach games. I'm talking about like full AA, even if you want to call it AAA, just fun games revolving around the Bleach IP. I used to love Bleach. Is by far one of my favorite animes out there. I'd say it's definitely belongs in the big three. And you know what? Let me know in comments what's your favorite anime. But Bleach by far is one of my favorite animes out there. And me as a kid growing up playing most of the Bleach games, I remember a lot from Soul Resurrection. Like I said, it's been 11 years since we received another Bleach game. So you can only imagine my jump for joy when I find out that Bleach is receiving another game. And this time around, it is Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Now, in today's video or episode, where so to speak, we're gonna look over the overall gameplay overview. And one thing I want to kind of give you a couple of notes before we hop into that video, into the trailer here, that I've seen some reports from some articles saying that the overall graphics of this game, and I said this in my last video, the graphics of this game will be pretty much done with the help from the Studio Period team, which whatever I always mess up though they're saying, but the current animation studio that is working on Thousand Year Blood War is also helping in with the overall visuals of Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Now, Bleach Rebirth of Souls is not going to be your standard single player adventure game. It is going to be a fighting game and a 3D fighting game. So picture Tekken for some of you who need to kind of have the general idea of what that means. A game like Tekken where your character can move in and out of the arena, so it's not like a side scroller. You can actually move around in a three-dimensional way. We're gonna get that in a Bleach game. Let's hop right into it, because this game, it looks fire. I can't wait to see what exactly they have in store for us for the gameplay, and also I can't wait for this game to release later this year. All right, let's see what we got.
Do you want to fight?
Oof, it looks so good.
Or do you want to
keep in mind that like it's such an improvement for like, let's just say the Bleach games. Like I said, the last game was almost 11 years ago. That game came out on PS3, and the graphics fit the show at the time. And I like the idea that the graphics now, like the visuals, fit the current arc or season that we're in with the Thousand Year Blood War. But man, the differences between both of these games and overall the way that they look is insane.
Live. Which is it?
Fighting for its own sake is meaningless. Survival in itself is meaningless.
Oh my god, it looks so good.
I want to win.
You're right, he does want to win.
Wielding swords that personify their soul, Soul Reapers now jump into battle.
What?
I won't lose. No way. Not to anyone.
Your powers fall far short of mine.
Give it all I
Ooh, hold on.
Utilize each character's unique Zanken Soki action to cut down your opponent's Reishi. Cutting down one gauge of...
Alright, so from what I'm gathering, if anybody who played Final Fantasy Dissidia on PSP, or even the remake that came out on PS4, essentially from what I'm gathering is that the Reishi gauge is kind of like a... Because they're not saying that... Like, I don't think there's a... I think there's a health bar in a Reishi gauge, and I think if you whittle down a Reishi gauge, you can actually deal actual physical damage. But let's see.
...of Reishi decreases your opponent's Kompaku.
Are you ready?
After damaging your opponent, unleash your Kikamu and destroy several of your opponent's Kompaku. Destroy all 9 of your opponent's Kompaku and win the game.
Okay, so I was right. So essentially, that's exactly what it is. So essentially, the Reishi gauge itself is like a pseudo health bar. So essentially, you get a set of 9. So Jesus Christ. So I wonder how these battles may be paced overall. So you have technically a stock of 9. In order for you to actually deal any actual damage, you would need to actually break down the Reishi gauge or the pseudo health bar. Once that is down, then you can deal a specific attack. like in Final Fantasy Dissidia, I think if I remember correctly, it was like your braver attack or whatever was the heavy attack that actually dealt actual damage. And the more you did that, the more you were susceptible to win. So that is interesting that they're going this route and not like a traditional, like in Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, the way of doing it. And if I'm also not mistaken, I think All Stars, Shonen like Jump All Stars, that they did something very similar to this, but they still had a health bar.
Too easy.
What?
Did you really think you could defeat me?
Using the spiritual power accumulated while attacking, unleash a special spiritual pressure move. You can also activate reverse action while attacking and defending. Turn the tide of battle with well-timed combos.
So this is all you can do. Scatter. Senbon Sakura.
Okay, so he's the Bankai.
Shall I explain to you the full extent of the difference between you and
Ooh.
Bankai? Senbon
That is so
Sakura
hard, bro.
Kageyoshi.
Oh.
In the midst of battle, accumulated power brings you to an awakened state. Unleashing your true power will overwhelm your opponent.
Okay, I don't know if it's me or my tripping, but my man's is talking Bleach terms so sophisticated. Like, I would have just said Bankai. This man said like 50 other words. I don't know if it's just me. It might just be me, but I'm like, you know, his Shikai, and he's just like, oh, well, awaken your spiritual pressure, your power. I'm like, bro, just, we know, the Bleach fans know, bro, that's the Shikai, there's your Bankai. You know what I mean? Like, what? Okay. Oh,
Senbon Sakura Kageyoshi.
oh it's so hard, bro.
Ichigo Kurosaki.
All right,
I'm
our
not
man
done yet.
Zengetsu.
But Kai!
Yeah, he's
Tensa
ooh.
Zangetsu. This is my Bankai. Alright, let's just...
Now for the soundtrack, please. And I know they're playing this song right now. I just need a couple of songs from the official Bleach anime, please. Like Precipice of Defeat. Oh my god, that shit is hard, bro. It gets me wet. I'm sorry.
Start over. All I can do is to take all of my spiritual pressure and try to channel it into one big strike.
Reverse
After
fate.
everything we've been through thus far, neither of us has very much strength left.
Yeah.
Let the next clash decide this battle.
Are you ready? Byakuya Kuchiki!
Bleach Rebirth of Souls.
Oh, that's
What? Who are you?
yes. He gets to pull off the mask too. Oh my god, that is hard. Okay, so I want to retouch up on a couple of things that we noticed. So they gave out 4 specific rules. So let's just retouch back up on what exactly is going on here. Because I want to kind of like go play by play. So another thing from the last time I made a video on this is that there, if I'm not mistaken, the story would actually take place from the very beginning for the Soul Society arc leading up to the basically where I don't think they're gonna do a 1,000-year blood war, but I think it's gonna end right where Aizen, you know, Aizen's final fight, etc.
Want to win?
So I think you get pretty much all. Now they could, as you know, we live in 2024. All of these games are live service. Now they could add more DLC, more expansions, you know, expansion pass to this, so they can actually increasingly do other like side stories that they did, or they might put it all in the same story. There's gonna be so many routes that they can go about this.
Or do you want
But
to live?
they showed a lot of information in 3 minutes, so I want to kind of like break it down play by play.
Fighting for its own sake.
God, it
is
looks so good.
meaningless. Survival in itself is meaningless. I want to win.
All right.
Wielding swords that personify their soul.
So we got our
Soul
intro.
Reapers now jump into battle.
I won't lose. No way. Not to anyone.
Your powers fall far short of mine.
Give it all I have.
So rule number 1 is cut down your opponent's Reishi. So that's going back onto what I was saying earlier, that right here, if I'm hovering over, this is your pseudo health bar. Essentially, in order for you to actually deal any form of damage, that Reishi gauge needs to be like depleted essentially, and be able to actually perform physical damage.
Realize each character's unique Sunken Soki action.
So like as Ichigo is attacking Kuchiki, you could just see that it's just dwindling. So it seems like he needs to deal with that damage first before anything happens.
To cut down your opponent's Reishi. Cutting down.
And I'm also noticing that we also get a little pop-up gauge. Now this one reminds me a bit of like how Xenoverse is, where you get to basically pull up a sub-menu and be able to do specific techniques of that person. Right now we see a reverse action, flash step, all-out slash, and wielding from Ichigo's side. And it seems like he's about to do the all-out slash.
Cutting down 1 gauge of Reishi decreases your opponent's Kompaku.
So taking down the Reishi now increases the opponent's Kompaku.
Are you ready?
After damaging your opponent, unleash your Kika move and destroy several of your opponent's Kompaku.
Oh, so it's not 9 specific sets. Like, oh, we have to fight 9 times. Like, no, you just get, oh, so technically 9 is your technical health bar. Depending on the attack of the person you're playing as would dictate how much of that you would actually lose. Now, that also depends on the attack itself. Ichigo used the all-out attack
of your opponent's Kompaku,
which when he went from 9 to 6. And if I'm not, yeah, they're both were at 9. He went from that one attack alone, dropped him from 9 to 6.
Destroy all 9 of your opponent's Kompaku and win the game.
Yep, so the Kompaku is your overall health. In order for you to win, that needs to be dropped. Okay.
Too easy.
What?
Did you really?
But I see a little bit of aerial combat too. Oh my god.
What?
Did you really think you could defeat me?
Using the spiritual power accumulated while attacking.
So now we look at the bottom right. Now, of course, with most fighting games, everything's going to be a heat gauge, some form of a meter to be able to do your ultimate move. Essentially, it seems like the specific spiritual pressure move that we're looking for is opening up your opponent's, opening up your Shikai.
Unleash a special spiritual pressure move. You can also activate reverse action while attacking and defending.
And reverse action seems like it reminds me of Fighters and a couple other fighting games where you click a button and you basically get to do double the damage. Like it's like the burst meter in a lot of games. So, okay, that's pretty cool to have.
Turn the tide of battle with well-timed combos.
So this is all you can do. Scatter. Senbon Sakura. Shall I
And
explain
then he went from 9 to
the
6.
full
Okay.
extent of the difference between you and me? Bankai, Senbon Sakura, Kageyoshi.
Now, of course, we get our Bankai.
Accumulated power brings you to an awakened state. Unleashing your true power will overwhelm your opponent.
Senken, Senbon Sakura, Kageyoshi. You've reached your limit.
And he went from 6 to 2 with that
Ichigo
with the
Kurosaki.
Bankai attack. Holy shit. Now, this might
I'm
be
not done yet.
Ichigo specific, because he might, depending on his level of health, he might be able to pull out the mask at specific times. I don't know.
All right, let's just start over. All I can do is to take all of my spiritual pressure and try to channel it into one big strike.
And he went from 6. That's a lot.
After
So reverse
everything we've
fate.
been through thus far, neither of us has very much strength left. Yeah. Let the next clash decide this battle.
Are you ready? Byakuya Kuchiki!
Bleach Rebirth
Okay.
of Souls.
So that is absolutely fire. That is fire. So overall, I think that Bleach is quite a fun game. It's going to be a fun game. It might absolutely change the scenes overall for when it comes to fighting games as a whole. When it comes to like Dragon Ball Fighters, we got Naruto Storm, we got Connections, Shinobi Striker. Like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z being the top 2, like when it comes to anime games. Bleach is looking to like really like, oh, it's been 11 years. Nah, we're coming back, and hopefully we get more information as towards the game actually releasing. Because I need a demo like right now. We gotta be able to play this. Like I said earlier in the video, I want to know, what did you guys think? What's your favorite anime? What did you think about the new Bleach game? Are you excited as I am? Because I am quite excited. I can't wait for this to actually happen. But if you are looking for another anime game to play, then I actually want you to watch the video that's going to be in the card here, Neverness to Everness. But as always, guys, stay safe out there, and it's been your host, KSDTV, here at Chaotic Inc., signing out. Peace.